You got what it takes to go head to head? Cool.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unite 2023. It's fantastic to be back together again live. And I have to say, having been at the Heineken experience last night, I am very impressed that at this time of morning, the place is full. So give yourselves a round of applause for actually making it here. So I'm Jim. I'm Unity's new CEO. And I am truly thrilled and honored to be with you here today. Most of you don't know me, but I'm going to try to remedy that through the course of this event. I'd love to meet as many of you as possible, either today at Unite or certainly over the next few months to get to have an opportunity just to kind of get out and listen and hear. I've been so inspired with the people I've met so far, the passion in this community. Look, I didn't come from gaming, but the highlight of my career so far was the opportunity to run an open source company called Red Hat, which, if some of you may know, is kind of a leader in Linux. And I have to say, I know there are differences, but the Linux open source community and the Unity community do have a lot in common. At Red Hat, we talked about democratizing information and content. At Unity, we talked about democratizing game development. And I'm here because I am so excited to and inspired by the opportunity to lead an organization that's truly mission-driven, and an organization that its boundaries really go well beyond the actual boundaries of the corporation, right? It includes a passionate community of contributors, and to me that is so inspiring, and so I'm so happy to be with you here. I've been amazed at the passion around Unity, both inside the company and outside the company, and it really does kind of get me up and get me excited to be part of something like that. I know I still have a lot to learn, and I'm in extreme listening mode right now, which is why I'm so excited to be here in person and have a chance to meet many of you. But I do want to address one kind of question that I've gotten over and over again, and that's around the runtime fee. I know that's probably, I hear a groan already. Sorry about that. Look, my simple answer is that as a catalyst in this extraordinary community around Unity, we have an obligation to engage with our community when we make decisions that affect you. Now, I'll be upfront, engaging in the same thing as consensus, but we should never, ever surprise you with a decision that has a material impact on you that you don't know about, right? So that's something I will commit to you going forward. Look, I know trust is something that's earned. It's not what we say, it's what we do. So going forward, we will demonstrate that behavior to you and with you as we make decisions about Unity in our community going forward. We'll also show you our commitment to delivering the best possible game engine ever. And coming up, you're going to hear talks about how over the last year we've used your feedback to better support you through the game development lifecycle. And after the keynote, we have some incredible technical sessions lined up that I highly encourage you to attend. Look, I'm so excited about today, and I can't wait for everyone to hear what we have in store. So I hope you have a fantastic Unite. And with that, Pierre-Paul, take it away.
Thank you, Jim. So Unity began as a game engine and a creation tool. But we all know that game development doesn't end on launch day. It's an ongoing process. Games need updates, new levels, and content. They have to work on all the latest operating systems, device models, and platform. So today, we'll share what we're doing to ensure that you have a complete, reliable platform to build, ship, and run great game. The editor's extensibility and a robust ecosystem of third-party tools offer you more freedom in how you create. Unity 2022 LTS, our long-term support release, is one of our fastest adopted versions to date. And since its release, over 1 million of you have chosen this version for its underlying stability and its awesome features, for everything from rendering to performance, as well as platform enhancement. And one of the biggest highlights is Dots, which delivers a data-oriented approach to coding to enable bigger, more ambitious projects. And we've implemented Dots so that you can use it alongside game objects. You choose which approach to use and when. And we've been sharing our excitement about Dots for a few years now. But as of the 2022 LTS, it's fully supported and production ready. So let's see how you are already using it to do amazing things in your games. So our friend at Tuatara Games introduced us to Bearbot Boxing, a multiplayer network game that unleashes physics-based chaos and humor across devices. And with Dots, they could make system modular for greater flexibility. This allows them to test gameplay ideas without weeks of rewriting code. And with ECS, they could adjust their runtime data layout easily without impacting their serialized data. Building with Dots makes it easier to deliver performant experience as they start bringing the games to console. And then there's Hostile Mars. This is an upcoming base builder with intense combat from Big Rook Games. It features thousands of enemies on screen at once, each rendered in real time with pathfinding, collision detection, and the ability to react to the game's destructible environments. It's an ambitious game design that hits 60 frames per second, and it's powered by Dots ECS. And we're continuing to polish the feature set for Dots and the entity component system, including updates coming in early 24, like improvements to iteration time, more robust baking support, and scheduling enhancement. But for now, let's dive a little deeper into tools and features that you can use right now. And we're going to start with the Universal Render Pipeline, or URP, which powers stunning visuals across the broadest range of player devices. So here's Steven, who's going to show you what our latest graphic features can help you achieve.
Helping you get started with Unity is very important to us. So today, I will show you how we are helping you onboard on new features with the Universal Render Pipeline. So today, here is the new URP sample project that is delivered for you so you can learn how to use Unity more easily. This includes 4 scenes, each in a different art style, with varying levels of rendering complexity and platform performance needs. This means that you can explore new features delivered with the universal render pipeline in several environments and learn how to use them performantly across platforms. Let's take a closer look. You start your journey in a scene we've named the terminal. This is where you can drop your assets and explore them in a calibrated environment. My kids love gaming, of course, who doesn't? And they really enjoyed test driving this scene and feeling like they were building their first game. It is very useful for look development and material adjustments. Next, you can teleport to other environments, like this stylized scene we've named the garden. This scene uses many features, including decal projectors, dot crossfade, and temporal anti-aliasing. For high-end mobile devices, you can take advantage of the Forward Plus rendering path, allowing you to display dozens of real-time lights. I have this scene running on my device here. Look. As you can see, walking around this environment really gives you a close-up view of the features we built into this scene. On iPhone 13, the garden runs at 60 frames a second. For less powerful devices, we've optimized both the garden and the terminal so they can run at 30 frames per second using the deferred rendering path. Now, let's move on to a scene we've named Oasis. This environment is designed for higher-end devices and relies on more advanced shaders for vegetation, fog, sand, and water. We've also included an example of speech vegetation, and this is a highlight of this level. Here, you can learn how we've applied a custom shader with subsurface scattering and wind support. This is a great example for the high visual quality you can achieve with the universal render pipeline on more performant GPUs. Of course, multi-platform development is very important, so this level targets handheld, high-end mobile, PC, and console. And I have this scene running on my device here too, look. This scene runs at 60 frames a second on this iPad Pro and demonstrates how you can achieve visual quality like this. And finally, we haven't forgotten about VR. The final scene I want to share with you today is named the cockpit. This is tailor-made specifically for standalone VR devices like the Meta Quest 2 and beyond. Here, we've developed a custom lighting model for you to learn how to customize URP. That's just a taste of what you can achieve with the universal render pipeline. You can download and explore the URP 3D sample project with all 4 scenes today. But now, let's pivot for a moment and look to the future. Here's Pierre-Paul once again to introduce what's next for Unity.
So the next major release of Unity is coming in 2024. And we're bringing back the clarity of our original release naming into one powerful, polished version. I'm proud to announce Unity 6. At its core, the Unity engine is still the same editor, runtime, and APIs that you've been helping us build with your feedback. Unity 6 will be our next long-term support versions, coming to you in 2024. And this release will help you deliver advanced visual with astonishing performance, accelerate multiplayer game creation and scale, explore new creative possibilities with AI tools, and reach players anywhere with next-level mobile features and innovative XR device support. We're incredibly excited about this one. So I'll pass it over to Elaine and Mathieu to give you a preview of what's ahead.
Thanks, Pierre-Paul. Rendering will be a core pillar of Unity 6, with a focus on finding ways to help you get the most out of hardware. We're innovating to maximize the use of device CPUs and GPUs so that you can push visual quality and scale to create larger, richer worlds as efficiently as possible. Let's take a look. We'll start by giving you a bird's eye view of Fantasy Kingdom in Unity 6, a world that we've adapted and expanded from a project by asset store publisher Sentis Studios.
Woo!
A small team put this demo together in just a few weeks. You can see Matthew's still working on it here, adding in a nice windmill.
Yeah.
Just watch out for the cow there, Matthew.
Okay.
What do you think? Are we ready?
I think they're safe here. And let's go.
Okay. So the first thing you'll notice is the scale of this demo and just how much is going on. But there's still really lovely, high-quality HDRP visuals and great performance. Now, it wouldn't be possible to render a scene of this scale at this performance level in Unity without our new rendering technology stack. Let's turn everything off and look at some numbers. OK, so now we're running at around 18 frames a second. Not great. First, let us introduce the GPU resident drawer. With this, we've removed the CPU rendering bottleneck in current projects by reducing the number of batches. From this heavy point of view, we have around 137,000 batches. So watch what happens to the batch numbers as Matthew activates it here.
You ready?
OK, way better. Now we're at 13,000 batches. That's only part of the story. We also need to look at the vertex count. Even with the reduced batches, we still have 47 million vertices. To improve this, we've added completely new GPU occlusion culling. And this makes sure we're not rendering things that can't be seen. When Matthew activates it, our vertex count drops from 47 million to 40 million. OK. Now, this happens dynamically. So maybe, Matthew, we can add something in front of the camera so people can see.
Like this. Oop.
Nice rock. OK.
It's like it's the first virtual photobomb.
So you can see, you can see now even more vertices are being culled. We're down at 29 million now. And you don't even have to prepare your content. So using the GPU resident drawer and GPU occlusion culling together, we went from 18, 19 frames a second to 44 frames a second. And so with both of these together, it's almost like having a go fast button for your game objects. Remember, this is just in the editor. In your builds, it will be even faster. So you'll notice there's a lot of clear, crisp detail in the scene. Our new state-of-the-art spatial temporal post-processing, which we're calling STP, is doing a lot of the heavy lifting to make space in the frame. This is a novel upscaler that achieves super fast performance on each hardware tier, as well as uncompromising visual quality. And it works well across a very wide range of platforms. Let's go back and turn it off for a moment. OK. So now we're rendering at 100%. Maybe we can crank up the post-processing effects just to really stretch the GPU a bit.
Ooh,
OK, right.
That hurts.
No. So now you can see the GPU struggling to maintain the performance, and we're around 25 frames a second. Let's make our STP upscaler render at 65%, and watch what happens.
That's better.
Now, our frame rate goes up to 45 frames a second, and there's no loss of quality. So here, the GPU is doing 65% of the work, and we're still getting 100% of the quality. Now, one of the coolest things about STP is that it runs on high-end compute-enabled mobile, and this is a game changer. So using the GPU resident drawer, we were no longer CPU bound, and we almost doubled the frame rate. With GPU occlusion culling, we drastically reduced the number of vertices. And when our content was GPU bound, STP gave us performance improvements of up to 50%. This new rendering technology stack is going to make it so much easier for you to get through the last mile before shipping. You don't even need to change any of your existing content. That's for both URP and HDRP. So as we move through the scene, look at how beautiful this lighting is. All the indirect lighting in this scene is using our new probe-based lighting system called Adaptive Probe Volumes, or APVs. Maybe, Matthew, we can show the global illumination so people can see it?
Global illumination.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so normally for this, you'd need to bake light maps and place probes by hand. But right now, every one of these probes you can see has been placed automatically, which is essential for an environment like this at scale. And watch the characters as they move around. They're dynamically lit by the light bouncing off the environment. APVs work for any objects in your world, and all of this helps you iterate quickly while set dressing. These will be production ready in Unity 6 for both scriptable render pipelines. So as Matthew moves around, check out the trees, foliage, nicely stylized, some subtle wind animation. We've made these with SpeedTree. We're upgrading our SpeedTree integration in the editor to help you take advantage of all these rendering improvements we're showing you today. With Unity 6, even your existing SpeedTree assets will see a big performance boost in both CPU and GPU sides. Look, there are hundreds of trees rendering in this scene. And what you're seeing is on a commercially available desktop. But with Unity 6, you'll be able to tap into these performance and feature benefits across platforms, including mobile. With Unity 6, it's now going to be possible to reach more platforms without a huge content reauthoring burden. So you'll spend less time optimizing every asset trying to hit your target frame rate. But before we finish, let's just enjoy the lovely view and one more very cool feature, which would have been really hard to achieve without APVs. They allow you to bake multiple lighting situations. And you can even blend between them at runtime, just like we're doing here. And so it's this simple. This simple to transition between day and night in your games. Even just a few of these new features like STP, GPU occlusion culling, and GPU resident drawer let you do a lot more with less cost. Pretty great stuff, right? All of this is going to make it easier for you to deliver more content. And while today you saw this demo running on HDRP, all of these features will be supported on URP as well, across platforms, including high-end mobile. We'll have more to share early next year. So, you've seen how we're evolving the editor, dots, engine, and render pipelines. Now, let's jump into what we're working on to give you end-to-end multiplayer solutions. Here's Adam to tell you more.
We all know that multiplayer games are hugely popular and that they're technically challenging to get just right. No secret there. But there are just so many elements that have to come together. You need smooth performance across all platforms, back-end infrastructure that scales with your success and your players, effective matchmaking and player communications, and a fun, socially engaged community that keeps coming back for more. Here's what we're building to help you nail your tech stack at every stage of development. With Unity, you can create, launch, and scale multiplayer games with the convenience of an end-to-end platform, backed by both our engine and our gaming services. And our netcode packages offer you the choice between simplicity for casual co-op games or more complex scenarios, such as competitive action genres. all with scalability and performance in mind. Features are flexible and extensible by design. So you can choose to build entirely within Unity's ecosystem, or mix and match to get just the right tech stack for your game, your team, your vision. Now, I want to give you a sense of what Unity's multiplayer tools can do together. We've reimagined the Megacity demo with multiplayer capabilities. The original Megacity demo is based on HDRP, targeting high-end platforms. But we wanted to show you that this level of gameplay is possible for you across all platforms. So we've refreshed Megacity's content to give it a new look, and we've ported it to the universal render pipeline. And today, I'm thrilled to unveil Megacity Metro, a competitive and cross-play multiplayer sample for over 100 players. This sample showcases multiplayer gameplay on our services working together on everything from low-end mobile devices to high-end console platforms. Megacity Metro demonstrates server-authoritative gameplay with prediction, interpolation, and lag compensation. It's based on dots, including native netcode, physics, and rendering. It's also pre-integrated with several of our gaming services, including authentication, multiplayer hosting, matchmaking, and Vivox voice chat. So you can see the benefits of using a single ecosystem of tools from creation to live game services. Stay tuned for the full release in 2024. We love seeing you leverage this ecosystem in your games, and we've watched so proudly as you've scaled up to match huge player volumes in games such as Ship of Fools from Fika Productions, Turbo Golf Racing from Huge Cap Studios, Rogue Company from Hi-Rez, and more. Let's hear from Jamel Ziadi from Sticky Lock Studios, based right here in the Netherlands, about his team's experience creating a multiplayer, fast-paced shooter in Unity.
Thanks, Adam. I'm happy to be here to tell you about our new game, Hystera. It's a free-to-play arena shooter for all skill levels, and it has a lot of features of traditional fast-paced FPS multiplayer games, but we added a unique mechanic called the glitch, where a section within the level transitions to a completely different era, with its own playing field and its own behaviors. Each era also has its own unique weapon sets. It's a very unique battlefield, and we're really focused on getting it right. For an ambitious project like Hystera, we knew that peer-to-peer networking wouldn't be enough for our needs. We were also a very small team at the start of production, and we didn't have a lot of networking experience. There were simply not enough dedicated networking solutions in the market to suit our needs, and we decided to jump in and give Dot's netcode a shot. Despite the initial learning curve, it has served us well. We also chose multiplayer UGS because we wanted to have a third party take care of all the complex logic for us so that we could focus on the core gameplay of Hystera. We also use quite a few services from UGS, and it's very useful to get them with one single provider. There's less glue between various services to worry about, and it's also helpful to be able to escalate an issue to the multiplayer hosting team, and they can send it through to the matchmaker support when it's more related to matchmaking without us having to reroute that question ourselves. This matters because our mission is connecting people through digital experiences. We want players to feel as there's a lot of fast-paced action within Hystera. We want them to be on their toes, and working with Unity multiplayer tools helps us to do that. Be sure to check out Hystera on Steam, going into early access in 2024. And with that, I'll pass it back to Adam. Thank you.
Jamel, Hystera looks completely awesome. If you're in the room right now, if you're watching online, I hope you're adding it to your wish list. You better be. But successful multiplayer titles, they need so much more than just amazing gameplay. To take off, they need to offer a great, active community. In a recent survey, 67% of gamers stated that toxic encounters have at times caused them to stop playing their favorite games. So it's worth thinking seriously about how you can offer an engaging social experience that's safe, inclusive, and harassment-free. We've built safe voice and moderation to help you build and maintain healthy in-game communities. Safe Voice uses advanced machine learning algorithms to detect in-game toxicity, so moderators have the context and the insights they need to resolve incidents as they occur. Both are currently in open beta, so we can continue helping you overcome the challenges of offering your player fun, social multiplayer game experiences, and we look forward to doing just that. Up next, Victoria is going to walk you through some time-saving quality of life enhancements.
Hello, Unite. It is so great to be here. So far, we've talked a lot about Unity's creation tools. But now, let's take a look at how you work. Through more than a decade of developing studio pipeline tools, I've witnessed how challenging it is to keep everyone on track across distributed teams, and to organize content across projects and pipelines. So, we've been working on a platform of connected products and services to help bring order to the chaos of game development. And today, it's ready for you. Welcome to Unity Cloud. It brings together tools for digital asset management and live gaming services. It centralizes admin capabilities with better workflows and integrations into the editor, so you can understand and organize your game's entire lifecycle in one place. Let's take a look. We'll start with the Unity Asset Manager, which helps you track, manage, and share all your game assets. Now, when a new model is ready, it has much simpler to make sure everyone has the most recent version. Here's how easy it is to get started with Asset Manager. In the UI, you can drag and drop the model and associated files into a collection, and Asset Manager generates previews, details, and descriptive tags. Now your team members can see the new model with an embedded 3D viewer that supports fast and easy asset previews, even for the largest 3D models. Asset Manager integrates directly into Unity version control. There's no need for extra steps to upload or ingest your files. Teams can browse existing content across projects and avoid context switching between applications. So your team will be able to preview and access assets right where they work. You can get started with Asset Manager today in open beta. Next, let's see how connections between the editor and cloud projects support a live ops workflow, like pushing new content into your game without disrupting the player experience. From the hub, you can now connect to a cloud project with just a couple of clicks. In the editor, you can make an asset addressable, then create a content-only build using build automation. That's our continuous integration solution to automate multi-platform builds in the cloud. Next, we can use cloud content delivery to push updated work to players. There's no need to install a new version of the game. My personal favorite part of cloud is our new dashboard. It's less cluttered and more personalized. You can view your project status, and it suggests products and services to help you get your job done. Basic admin tasks like adding users, adjusting permissions, and aggregating product use can take up a lot of time. We've made it 80% more efficient. This work used to happen behind several different logins, but now you can do it all from one centralized dashboard. And starting today, Unity Cloud is in early access, so you can get started right now. This is just the first step. We have big plans for Unity Cloud over the coming months to deliver the integrations, tools, and workflows that help you accelerate your game's development and lighten your team's load. Next, Liz is going to show you some impressive features that can help you speed up iteration on your game art.
Victoria. Earlier this year, we introduced you to Unity Muse, which provides powerful AI capabilities to help you ideate and iterate faster while staying in control of your work and your vision. It reduces friction, giving you more freedom to explore more concepts as you refine your work using natural inputs, like text prompts, vocal instructions, or sketches. So you can spend less time building inflexible and time-consuming prototypes and more time refining your ideas. Let's look at what you can do in Muse today. The sprite function enables you to generate assets with variations. So say you're stuck on what you'd like a potion to look like in your game. You can produce dozens of assets and then select and polish whichever works best in your project. Muse can also generate high-quality 2D and 3D textures that can be applied to objects anywhere. And if you hit a bump in the road on your creative journey, you can use Muse's chat interface to source answers and resources across Unity. It can even generate usable code for your builds. These project-ready assets are created in the Unity editor, so you can drop them directly into your scene. And Muse produces assets with our custom-built, responsibly trained model, so you don't have to worry about accidentally generating someone else's copyrighted materials. In fact, we're so confident in how we're training our models that we're committing to supporting Muse content in production. In the unlikely event of copyright challenges, we'll partner to defend you. But just describing Muse isn't going to do it justice. So let's bring Charles up here to show you just how easy it is to explore different moods in a game using Muse's texture capabilities.
Thank you, Liz. Hello, Unite. Wow, there's so many of you. Okay, let's imagine that we're making a game together. It's a realistic game. We've blocked out everything. We like our setup. And now it's time to bring this environment to life by applying some textures. And we're going to use Muse Texture to do that. Follow me. Okay, so this has kind of got a brutalist, minimalist vibe going on. So my first material choice here, I'm going to go with a polished concrete floor. I think that's going to work well with both those architectural styles. All right, so here we go. So let's go with a little bit of an olive green concrete. Such a loud keyboard. And we're going to muse right now. It is musing, and let's see what we get. Come on, Muse, give us something great. All right, so these are looking great pretty much out of the gate. Liz, any of these standing out to you? I kind of like this one here. You should like this one, too.
I kind of like the one below it.
The one below? This one?
Yeah.
This one's got too many lines.
Okay.
Stick with this one. Let's stick with this one. Follow me with this one. Okay, so this one is looking pretty great, but there's this feature on the texture that might bear repetition, that might be visible as we apply it to a surface, so let's see how we correct that. So what we can do is we can use the in-painting function to sort of isolate that blemish spot, and I'm going to use the exact same prompt, which, if I remember, was olive green concrete, and send it back. If I typoed, I didn't have a typo. Good on me. It's going to regenerate some stuff. All right, already these look great. There's a couple of blemishes here, but I kind of like this one. This one has character for me. Actually, this one is the best because it's got some nice richness in there. So now we're going to go to our PBR preview mode where we can see what this will actually look like. It's generating all the PBR layers for us. The height is way high right now, so I'm going to dial that back to something around that territory. Actually, I'm going to give it a specific value of 0.1, and let's see. Yeah, so you can see there's still some nice features here coming through in the concrete. I'm going to leave that smoothness. I'm going to dial it back just a tad. And then to apply it to the scene, I'm first going to drag it into my project folder, and then directly to the scene. And voila, just like that, we have got polished concrete vibes everywhere in this room. So far, so great. Liz, I think we need to do something more interesting with that back wall. Do you have any ideas?
Oh, I agree. Maybe let's brighten it up with like a yellow tile.
I like where your head's at. Okay, so let's go over here, and I'm going to give it a specific. We are all masters of this prompting game, or becoming masters. I'm going to say flat yellow as our base color, but now I'm going to do something different. So we want a repeated tiling pattern. And in order to do that, I can switch to an input image shape here and select from a bunch of beautiful predefined patterns. And I'm going to choose this hexagonal pattern, and now we're going to generate and see what we get. All right, of these, I'm thinking this one is the most usable. Liz, any standing out to you?
Oh, I think this time I agree with you. I think that's going to be the good choice.
It's good. I like when we're aligned.
Like when we agree.
I really do. Okay, so for this one, we're going to go into the edit mode, same routine. Let's go into our PBR preview. We're going to dial this down. I'm going to put this into the ballpark of 1. See a little bit. I want just a little bit of surface play. I want to catch some nice highlights in there. Dial that smoothness down just a tad. Same routine, drag it into my project view, and then over to the wall. And I would want to adjust that tiling a little bit, but I'm not going to bore you with that right now. Otherwise, we've shown you exactly how easy it is to generate textures directly in the Unity editor and apply them to the scenes. Liz, thank you. Back to you.
Thanks, Charles. And I'm thrilled to announce that Muse is available to all users through a single subscription. And while it's still in early access, you can experiment as much as you want without limits. And we'll continue to learn and make Muse work better for you. But instantly producing usable sprites, textures, and code snippets is just the start. To me, what's really cool about Muse isn't just what you can do today. Muse subscribers will also get priority access to new capabilities, like Animate, to set characters in motion without code. Behavior, which lets you use AI to set up character interactions. And Sketch. You can think of Sketch as providing a 3D canvas for rapid prototyping and team collaboration. And we're going to show you just how fast this comes together.
Okay, so using Muse Sketch, your team can collaborate in real time to prototype a zombie game using a powerful natural language interface. And it works in every language. So, teammates anywhere in the world can build interactive prototypes and scenes together in real time using a powerful and intuitive workflow. Using Muse Animate, you can generate humanoid animations for any Unity project using natural language to describe them. So getting a realistic zombie walk or even a backflip animation is easy, and now it's for everyone. So Muse AI capabilities allow your team to build gameplay and generate assets with remarkable ease and speed, and they're all integrated with the Unity editor to greatly accelerate your game development process in Unity. And here what we're showing with Muse Behavior, you can refine your gameplay and add elements that will excite and engage your players directly in the Unity editor using the same natural language paradigm to author these behaviors. Our idea with Muse is we want you to iterate more. We want you to try out more of your own ideas on your way to realizing your game vision, whatever that is. We think that AI is going to unlock all kinds of new ways for both creating and consuming interactive content. And now Manu is going to come on stage to show you another way that we're bringing these capabilities and helping you explore those capabilities in your game projects. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Charles. I was lucky to try some of these tools early through the AI beta program. And as an artist, I'm already having a lot of fun implementing them into my workflow, increasing both my productivity and creativity. But what if you want to build totally new experiences and features into your project? Sentis lets you bring AI data models into the Unity runtime to unlock new possibilities in your games. Think of it this way. Just like a physics engine is a tool that helps you bring your game world to life, A neural engine can help you solve complicated tasks or even create new functionality using AI models. Sentis reduces the complexity of bringing AI models into the Unity engine so you can supercharge your development with richer, more interactive gameplay features like speech and object recognition. You can take models from places like TensorFlow, PyTorch, Meta, OpenAI, or marketplaces like Keras or Hugging Face, and Sentis uses the Open Onyx file standard to bring them into the Unity runtime. This gives you real choices when it comes to the models that you want to run in your dev projects. But that's not all. Sentis can be run as a local inference, so these AI models can execute directly on the user's device. So it's fast, secure, and it's on any platform that's supported by the Unity runtime. And you even save money on server costs. That's already pretty awesome, right? But what does this actually look like in terms of real, usable features in your projects? Well, with Sentis, you can create a lifelike NPC and interactions that are infused with the flavor of your game world and writing style. And this saves you having to code dialogue trees for hundreds of characters by hand, or building an expensive machine learning model that might add latency issues, or need some kind of cloud infrastructure element. When Sentis is running on a player's device, you can integrate models to support features like smart NPCs with enhanced dialogue capabilities. Let's see. I'm going to move on this side because I'm too tall for this stage.
Good evening. Welcome to the pulsing heart of Yenova. Where are you headed?
To the police station, please.
Certainly. What's the reason for your visit?
It's official business.
Understood. Rumor has it there were some disturbances in the vicinity recently.
I'm aware, but I can't talk about it. It's confidential.
This internal demo uses multiple AI models to accept speech input and create a natural language response with a realistic voice powered by a partner replica. What this means is that now you can create living worlds where non-player characters are more interactive. And in this case, both dialogue and the gameplay quest evolved based on the interactions with NPCs. Just imagine the new kinds of gameplay you can create and that you can unlock now. Let's see another example. This one is unbelievable, and it was built by a high school student who was part of our Sentis beta program. It uses pose estimation model to determine the exercise movement leveraging the on-device camera, and it's showing muscle activation in real time in an augmented reality app for iPad. Next, I want to show you this VR demo. It's a meditation app called Trip, so it's not a demo. The developers are running an AI model locally on the headset motion sensor data called the IMU to track breath biometrics. And this assesses how the meditation content is affecting the user and adjusts the experience accordingly. Incredible, right? Trip already has this feature in beta, and the team plans to launch it in production early next year. One beta developer used Sentis in India to drastically improve ray tracing on mobile using an upscaling AI model. With something like this, you could implement path tracing features like light refraction and caustic area light in smaller projects with minimizing a hit to performance on the user's device. It's mind-blowing to see how you might use Sentis to tweak technical elements of your game and improve performance. Unity Sentis continues in open beta, so you can start tinkering right now to unlock new real-time interactions and experiences in your game ahead of the general release alongside Unity 6. By taking, thank you. By taking the Onyx standard and embedding it with the Unity runtime, you can leverage countless AI models or neural networks and run them on any platform or device that's supported by Unity. To learn more about that reach, Ryan's going to tell you how we're helping you bring your content to more players on more platforms.
Thanks, Manu. It'll be fascinating to see how this tech gets used to push the creative envelope as you start bringing different AI models into your games across platforms. And this reach is what I want to talk about next. So far today, we've shown how we can support you throughout the game development lifecycle. Now, let's see how we can help you get games into more players' hands. With Unity, you can take projects to over 20 platforms today. And for those of you who want it, we offer resources to help you distribute and monetize your games. Services like the Unity China Publishing Platform can help you tap into a massive market, help you reach more players, and realize greater value. With localization, platform adaptation, and game publishing services to reach audiences in China. While Supersonic can increase your impact worldwide by helping you to scale your mobile game with publishing, testing, analytics, and more. We sat down with a solo dev, Gabriel Corrieu, who creates games as Cnex. He's the developer behind the hyper-casual hit Hide and Seek. He shared why harnessing Unity and Supersonic together helps him to stay on top.
I am Gabriel. I am the developer of Hide and Seek, the game that was published with Supersonic in 2020. The game engine of choice for creating the prototypes for the hyper-casual games. Naturally, it was Unity because of how flexible and how fast it is to make changes. Not only that, but Unity has a whole ecosystem built around it. The process of actually launching the game was a very smooth and awesome experience. I remember after launching the game, it became profitable from the very first day, and the game would just surface at the top of the charts. I was just super excited and refreshing every 5 minutes to see if it was still there. Being part of the Unity ecosystem is always one click away.
I just love hearing stories about how these tools enable you to succeed on your own terms. And that includes being able to take your game to players anywhere they're playing. We think you should be able to create your game once and then ship it anywhere and unlock performance across mobile, desktop, console, web, and XR devices. Look at Everguild, the studio that developed Warhammer 40,000, Warforged. That's the greatest effort to bring this franchise into a free-to-play digital card game. They used one code base for multiple platforms, cutting their engineering time for iOS and Android in half, while also saving them months on their port to PC, which you can check out now in early access. Now, sticking with mobile devices, we know that mobile web is important to you. We're optimizing support for web across mobile browsers, so you can feel good about shipping to millions more screens around the world. That's officially supported in Unity 6. We're also investing deeply in graphics and rendering with Web GPU, so your games can be rendered in stunning detail without sacrificing performance. Now, beyond tech improvements, our deep industry partnerships can help boost your game's visibility. And today, I'm happy to announce a new partnership with Meta to bring Unity titles to instant games across Facebook and Messenger. This will be available in beta late next year. Let's shift gears now and look at XR and spatial computing. Something big is happening in the world of virtual, augmented, and mixed reality right now. The space is evolving quickly, and we're investing deeply to move with it. Made with Unity games make up to 50 to 60% of early titles in the latest XR platforms, like the Meta Quest 3 and PlayStation VR 2. And we're committed to making sure that we're ready to help you release on emergent platforms from day one. We're adding more ways to build mixed reality games and experiences for the Meta Quest 3 by officially launching AR Foundation for the Quest platform. So you can bring the real world into your mixed reality games. And you can use our templates right now to start building. Earlier this year, Unity's platform support for Apple Vision Pro was announced at WWDC. We've loved seeing your enthusiasm. People from over 145 countries registered interest to participate in the beta for Vision OS. Now let's hear from someone who had a chance to explore this tech firsthand. Tommy Palm, the CEO and founder of Resolution Games. That's the studio behind Blasphemy, Bait, Angry Birds VR Isle of the Pigs, and several other made with Unity titles. Welcome, Tommy.
Thank you, Ryan. It's great to be here. At Resolution Games, we like to make our title available on whatever device player wants to use, which is why we worked so hard on bringing our award-winning dungeon crawler, Demio, to as many players as we could across PC, console, virtual reality, and even mixed reality. Unity has been a major factor in making crossplay between these platforms possible. We're thrilled to share that Demio is in active development on Apple Vision Pro for fully immersive and mixed reality gameplay, made possible by Unity's powerful support for Vision OS. Unity's platform support and comprehensive tools for spatial computing makes it straightforward to leverage our experience using Unity and easily getting started with Apple Vision Pro. Unity's documentations, templates, tutorials, and samples help us implement features like hand tracking and spatial anchored content, so we can focus more on delivering a first-class experience to our players. We're thrilled to be one of the first customers in Unity's polyspatial beta for Vision OS, and couldn't be more pleased with the amount of support and engagement we received from the Unity and Apple team, answering questions, helping us understanding complex topics. We can't wait to have our players experience Demio on Apple Vision Pro early next year. Thank you. Back to you, Ryan.
Thanks, Tommy. It's great to hear that this has been such a positive and inspiring experience for you and your team. And that's why we're thrilled to share that support for the Unity Vision OS beta is now available for all Unity Pro, Enterprise, and Industry subscribers, so you can begin to explore the latest tech. Expanding your game's reach has always been a cornerstone of our vision. So we make sure that you can take the Unity runtime to take your games from mobile, web, console, XR, and everywhere in between. We kicked off today's keynote talking about how game development is an ongoing process. And that's why we're working to ensure that we're delivering you a complete and reliable platform so you can build, ship, and run incredible games. We saw a lot of great stuff today, and you can read about all of it in our recap blog. The incredible features and stability of our most recent release, the 2022 LTS, and a preview of Unity 6, our next LTS version set to launch next year. We're really excited about this one. You can find out all about it in our roadmap session later today. We also announced release updates about several powerful solutions like Safe Voice and moderation to help you manage game toxicity, and Unity Cloud to enhance collaboration and asset management workflows. Plus, AI tools like Sentis and Muse to help power new modes of creativity and accelerate iteration. And that is just the start. But for now, I'd like to hand the mic over to Kelly.
Thanks, Ryan. So, that's our keynote. I hope you're as inspired as I am. We have some fantastic technical sessions lined up for you today on these topics and more. I'm hoping to connect with a lot of you here, but I'm only one person, so I want to make sure you're all aware of our Made with Unity program. This is where we partner with devs early in the game, yes, pun intended, to support you with development and co-marketing opportunities. And you can submit your game via our online portal to learn more. Now, we're going to end this keynote the same way we started it, celebrating all of you and your amazing work. Please put your hands together for the winners of the 15th Annual Unity Awards. Congratulations to all of our winners, and you can check out everyone listed on our website. And I also want to say that your trophies are on their way. So, I did say it was the end of the keynote, but before we completely wrap up, I have one more special guest to bring on stage. Please join me in welcoming Unity co-founder, David Helgelson.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. Hey, it's so wonderful to be here with you in an actual physical space with, all of you. Well, there's also people watching online, actually. But anyway, and, this Unity journey has been so long and so arduous and so crazy. There's been so much blood, sweat, and tears spilt. We've had some really high highs and some low lows, by the way. The mission to democratize game development, is a long one and it's never over, obviously. We've done some very cool work, and I think we got to a really good place with the engine, and I'm really proud of that. When we did the first Unite conference, it was 2007, and we had 10 employees in the company, I think. But we still felt this urge to have a worldwide developer conference inspired by Apple, of course. And so we sold 32 tickets in San Francisco. And we couldn't pay the catering bills for several months after. But it was so great, because we kind of melted with the community, with the people actually using Unity. And when we're at our best when we're really kind of in unison with the community, and like when the boundaries between kind of inside the company and outside the company blur. And Unite is kind of the best of that. This ambition of ours, we've always been a very ambitious company. We always tried things that were like really hard, and sometimes failed. And it's almost like a curse and a blessing, I think. And this ambition kind of also drove us to kind of try things that maybe we shouldn't try, and we failed at some things. It's been a tough year in many ways. What I'm really excited about now is that we're really trying to focus and like going back to core and really focus on the needs of you guys from performance, stability, workflows. And I hope that we can kind of show you that today. And of course, the proof's in the pudding. It's the next many years that we journey together that will show whether that works out. But I think the focus is there. I think we're really trying, and I'm just really happy to be with you. It's going to be a wonderful day, and I'm going to hopefully meet a lot of you. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for using Unity. Thanks for building really cool stuff, and enjoy the conference. Thank you.